Hi, I welcome you all to VMake Solutions to discuss about polymorphism, method overloading. I am Sundaramala. Let us see today's agenda. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism with a real-time example, types of polymorphism, static polymorphism, why method overloading is also called as compile time polymorphism, structure of the program and example program, benefits of using method overloading, and finally interview questions. What is polymorphism? The word poly means many, morph means forms. So polymorphism means many forms. Polymorphism allows us to perform a single action in different ways. Okay. Polymorphism ability of an entity to take several forms. We can say like this. Let us say real-time example. I have one ink pen, right? When I fill with blue color, it will write in blue color. When I with red color ink, it will write in red color. When I fill with green color ink, it will write in green color. So here action is the writing. When I change the color of ink, it will write, the behavior will be changed. It will write in blue color, red color, green color. That means the polymorphism allows us to perform a single action in different ways. A single action is what is here. Writing is a action, but I'm doing it many ways, isn't it? Let us see one more example. Then only you can get more confident on this polymorphism concept. I want to reach the fruit shop from my home. Here action is reaching, but I can do it in many ways. How? I can go by car, I can go by bike, I can go by walk. So here action is reaching to the fruit shop from my home. But I'm doing it different ways. That is polymorphism. The polymorphism allows us to perform a single action in different ways. Here reaching is action, I'm doing it many ways. Okay, let us see the types of polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism in Java: static polymorphism, dynamic polymorphism. Static polymorphism is a compile time polymorphism. The example is a method overloading. Dynamic polymorphism is a runtime polymorphism. The example is method overriding. In this video, we are going to discuss only about method overloading, that is compile time polymorphism. Why we are saying this is a compile time polymorphism? What is method overloading? The programming of method overloading. Let us discuss. It's going to be a very interesting topic for you. Method overloading. When there are multiple functions with same name, different parameters in a same class, then these functions are said to be overloaded. Let us see the example. Here, class poly I have created. Within this, I have created a method add. It has a two parameters with integer data. Then I am same name. I have created another method. The data types are different. Int A, double B. Isn't it? Then I have created the same method name with the different parameters int A, int B, int C. Three parameters I'm passing. So what is method overloading? A method overloading is multiple functions with the same name. Add. Three add functions I have created within a class, but different parameters. That is method overloading. Let us see that. Definition one more time. There are multiple functions with the same name, different parameters in the same class. That is the rules. Same name, different parameters within a class. Okay, that is method overloading. Let us see the example. So, method overloading. Method overloading in a Java is also compile time polymorphism because the decision about which overloaded method to call made by the compiler at compile time based on the number types and order of arguments passed to the methods. That means the compiler decides which method to be binding, which method to be run for this. That's why we are saying method overloading is a compile time polymorphism. The compiler will decide which method has to be called at the compile time. The compile time resolution. The compiler analyzes the number, types, and order of the arguments and matches them with the available overloaded method signatures. What is that method signature? Add, for example, we have discussed add int a int b. Like that, we have passing two arguments with method name. That is the method signature. Okay. Static binding. The binding of the method call to be appropriate method implementation is done statically at compile time. The static binding is done at the compile time. This means the compiler knows exactly which method to call and the decision is made before the program execution starts. That's why the method overloading is the compile time, static binding, and yearly binding. The method binding is done at compile time and is also referred as a yearly binding. The compiler resolves the method call and binds it to the appropriate implementation during the compilation process itself. That's why the which method can be bind, which method can be triggered, everything it will be decided yearly. That's why this is called as a compile time polymorphism. There is no runtime involvement. Everything happened within the compile time only. So the compiler resolves the ambiguity based on the provided arguments. No further checks or the decisions are made during runtime. Different ways of static polymorphism in Java. We can achieve static polymorphism in three ways. By changing the number of parameters, changing the data types of arguments, and changing the order of the parameters, that in sequence of order. Let us see the structure of the program. I have created one method overloading. Within this, I have created three methods with the same name, but different arguments, isn't it? Int A, int B, int A, int B. Here, I am changing the data type. I am passing two arguments, but I have changed the data type, isn't it? When I call add int two data types with two arguments with int data type, this will decide which method has to be triggered at the compile time. Int add int three integer values arguments I am passing in this add method. Then it will trigger this method. Then this will trigger this method. Isn't it? Let us see the program. Method overloading is I have created one class. Within this, I have created three methods. Add. I am passing different arguments. I have created an object for this method. Then I am calling with the help of object. Object add 10. I am passing two arguments with integer data type. The name is add. Now this will trigger, it will look for that class within this class which is matching. Integer data type with name add. Here, look over here. Integer data type int a, int b. Two variables are there, two arguments with the method name add. Now this will be triggered when the compiler execute this one. Which one it will be trigger? It will be trigger this method int a, int b, int c. So three integer values arguments are here. So this will trigger this method. Here I am passing two values with the integer and double. Now it will trigger this method. The compiler will take care of those things at the yearly. That's why we are saying method overloading is the yearly binding, static binding, and compiler will take care of this. This is the compile time polymorphism. Let us jump into Eclipse to see the output of this program. Look over here. This method will trigger this. This statement will trigger this method. This statement will trigger this method. The main rule is we have to remember the all methods with the same name, different arguments within a same class, isn't it? Let us run this program to see the output. Here, look over here. This will be called. If the method, same method name, same arguments, if I call like this, if I do like this, definitely it shows error. What is that error? It shows duplicate method int add int in method overloading class, isn't it? It shows duplicate error. If I change the name, it goes. The error went. So same method doesn't allow. Same method name and same argument within a class shows the duplicate error, isn't it? Let us move to slide. Then benefits of using method overloading. Method overloading increases the readability of the program. This provides flexibility of the programs so that they can call the same method for different types of data. This reduces the execution time because the binding is done in compile time itself. Method overloading minimizes the complexity of the code. So what is the benefits? Method overloading increases the readability, provides flexibility, and reduces the execution time and minimizes the complexity of the code. Note, method overloading has nothing to do with the return type. What is that? If there are two methods on the same signature within a class in the program, then ambiguity error makes. Isn't it? We have seen, right? Whether their return type is different or not. This means that method overloading has no relation with the return type. Let us move to Eclipse to see. What it is saying, we are having two methods with the same data type. Isn't it? Two methods with the same name, same data type arguments, same number of arguments. It shows error. Perhaps you have a question. If I change the return type of the method, here both return types of void. If I change the data type int, it accept or not? No, it doesn't accept because the method overloading doesn't rely on the return type of the method. Okay, so it shows the error. So doesn't matter. The return type is doesn't matter here. The mainly it focus on signature of the method. Add int a int b. Add int a int b should makes error. It should makes duplicate methods are available here. Okay, now you got it. What is it? Then, and finally, interview questions. What is method overloading? When a class has more than one method with the same name but different parameters, then we called those methods are method overloaded. Can we overload main method? Yes, we can overload main method. The class can have any number of main methods, but execution starts from the public static void main string arguments only. What is method signature and what are the things consist of? Method signature is nothing but used to by the method signature is used to by the compiler to differentiate the methods. Method signature consists of three things: method name, number of arguments, types of arguments. That's it. And can we declare overloaded method as final? Yes, we can declare method overloaded methods as final. In my class, there is a method called my method with four different overloaded forms. All different forms have different visibility. That is access mod. We are discussing about access modifier, private, public, default, like that. In my method, properly overloaded, yes. The compiler checks only a method signature of the overloading methods, not the visibility of methods. It is possible to have two methods in a class with the same method signature but different return types? No. We have already discussed about this, right? Compiler will give duplicate method error. Compiler checks only method signature for duplication, not the return type. That is, method overloading doesn't rely on the return type. It focuses only on the method signature. If two methods are same method signature straightly away, it gives the compile time error. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I believe you got what is polymorphism and method overloading. If you have any queries, just mail me at msundaramala@gmail.com. I will catch you with another video with the concept of method overriding. Until be happy and always make others happy. Thank you.